Welcome into Texas high school hysteria as we celebrate the biggest stories in Texas, past and present. Be sure to subscribe. Joining me now, the #1 overall recruit in the state of Texas and the first University of Oklahoma signee to win the National Gatorade Football Player of the Year, the one, the only, Jackson Arnold of Denton. How you doing, buddy? Great to see you again.
Yes, sir. I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good. So tell me about the transition to OU. Have you had any of those kind of welcome to OU moments so far in your short career?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a very good transition so far. Getting used to how things work at this level, and not only that, how classes work and stuff like that. But I'd say my first welcome to college moment was our coaching stations a couple weeks ago. And in high school, we worked out, we conditioned. We never conditioned like that, and it was a little overwhelming, super tiring, but it makes me better. So I'm grateful for it.
Tough, huh? I mean, that strength and conditioning program at OU is award winning. I mean, they will wear you out, right?
Yeah, they're no joke. Coach Smitty is hard on us, but it's good work.
So as you make this transition to college life, how much of a seamless transition has it been to be with your former teammate and fellow five-star Peyton Bowen as your roommate? What has he meant to you?
Yeah, that makes the transition that much easier. Just having a familiar face with you, not at all times, but whenever you go back to the dorm or you're out eating lunch, just having somebody you've known previously and you're obviously really good friends with, just kind of makes you comfortable in an environment like this where you might feel, isolated going to a new place. But having someone like that with you is really helpful. It's made my transition a lot easier.
He's always got such a great personality. I love the videos you guys keep posting. We always think about you as one in a million, but you truly are when you think about the millions of athletes that vie for the Gatorade National Player of the Year honor. Tell me about that moment when you were surprised by the great Jason Witten and found out that you were the best football player in the country.
Yeah, it was a great moment. It was a very well kept surprise too. Not a lot of people know that they had that planned out for weeks. My mom knew for like a month and a half before that, and it was just her keeping the secret until then. And honestly, had no clue. We had signing day that day. I thought after signing day, I was going to go home and take a nap or something. And then we go to the weight room, and I get a huge pout of Gatorade. I get surprised by Jason Witten. All my family and friends and coaches are there to congratulate me. So it was awesome. And, getting to talk to Jason Witten after and just talk to him about his career, how it is coaching at Liberty Christian, just his life in general. It was really awesome.
Yeah, and people forget that honor, has a lot to do with your off the field achievements as well. You have a 4.5 GPA back at Denton. That's double whatever I had. You've always been a leader, in the classroom, at school, and in the community. And I know that Coach Venables always talks about that when he talks about you, and that's what you want in a great quarterback. Why is that such an important thing to you?
I think you kind of have to be this I guess this central role as a quarterback, being a leader, being smart, knowing your stuff, essentially, is essential to that role because you're the focal point of the team. You're the person that's leading these guys, through the gates, onto the field, and if you're not that guy, your team probably will not be that successful. Honestly, your quarterback is the catalyst of the team, and so you have to have somebody who is capable of being the catalyst. I think. Whether that's GPA, leadership, character traits, all of that is essential to the quarterback position.
Well, you've been a tremendous role model in the DFW community. Absolutely, no doubt about that. Looking forward to seeing you taking that to Norman. Well, you've been the crown jewel of arguably the greatest OU class coming in ever. 8 in the top 100 recruits in the country. You guys are special, this whole thing together. What do you think kind of separates you guys from everybody else?
I'd say the class as a whole. I'd say let me start with the coaching standpoint. I think for them, they didn't care about stars or recruiting rankings or anything like that. Even though they might have a really good recruiting class, they look at the character we have, the type of players we are, the potential we have rather than stars. And second of all, I think the players that we have in our class are very selfless players out there for their team. And, obviously they're very talented. That's why they recruited. That's why they committed ultimately. But you recruited really selfless players who are going to help out the team in the years to come.
You have played in so many huge games at Denton Guyer. I think about the 2 state championship games. Heck, your first ever varsity game as a quarterback was as a true freshman in the state championship game. And you've never been a guy that has shied away from the big stage. What do you take the most from your Denton Guyer days now to Norman?
Just kind of keeping my poise in games like that because, that state championship game in high school, a regular college game is going to be twice the speed of that, and the fans are going to triple the fans that were at that game. So, everything's just on a bigger stage. But I think keeping my poise and composures in those big games in high school will only help me out in my future.
And I know you kind of waited your turn there behind Eli Stowers very patiently, and you kept working to get better, and you became one of the top quarterbacks in the country. Do you have that same philosophy as you go to OU and kind of work your way up the ladder?
Yeah, definitely. Just taking a day at a time, just grinding, and then obviously knowing that this is Dylan's spot. Same as it was with Eli's spot when I was in high school. I've been through this before. I know how to navigate through it. When I'm here at OU, I want to learn as much as I can from Dylan and the other quarterbacks in the room to further prepare myself for when I do eventually get into that starting role.
How much does it inspire you when you walk around that campus and you see all those giant Heisman Trophy statues that feature Texas high school quarterbacks like you as you go to work every day? And you know those guys, you love them, and you want to be like them. How much did it inspire you to be the best that you can be?
Honestly, it inspires me every single day. Just the tradition of the Heisman Trophy, and just the history of quarterbacks winning at OU just makes this program that much more special. And just walking by it every single day as we go and work out in the indoor, and to the indoor, you walk by the Heisman statues every single day. So just seeing that every day is kind of gives me hope, and kind of motivates me to push it or to be the best I can, whether it's in workouts or in the classroom or anything.
The one thing that I've loved watching you play is that you're the total package. I mean, you got the arms, the legs, the toughness, the smartness. But the one thing that really jumps out at me is the accuracy. I think of your senior year, over 3,500 yards passing and only 3 interceptions. It's been so important for you, and it's been a focus. How have you been able to do that? Because guys talk about it, but you actually did it.
Honestly, I don't know. I would just say I don't know. I mean, obviously practice is key. Experience is key. Playing a bunch of games before and just knowing how windows open and close, the speed of the game, stuff like that, and also understanding defenses and how they play, knowing where guys will be, where guys should be. I say in theory, with their defenses, and just knowing how to pick apart defenses like that, and just helping me make better decisions in game and take care of the ball ultimately helps me out.
You're a lot like a Jalen Hurts who, came out of Channelview. And he was a guy who just instantly thought he will be the guy no matter what. He's going to find a way to do that. And thinking about all his success with the Eagles and getting to the Super Bowl. But the hard thing is being a young player and earning the trust of your teammates and your coaches. How do you do that? Because it seems like you're already making waves with that right now.
Yeah, just work hard. There really is no other way. Coming in as an early enrollee, like having, I guess, the prowess that you had in high school, it really doesn't matter in college. Everyone's on the same playing level. So just grinding every single day and, giving it your all, people will start to take notice. Working hard in workouts, and also in the classroom, like the football classroom, in meetings and stuff, and learning the playbook and all, people will start to take notice. So I feel like right now in this stage, that's the only way. But yeah, just working hard every single day.
You couldn't have timed going to Oklahoma better with the move eventually to the SEC. It's going to happen during your career. How much did that entice you to go to Norman with this unbelievable opportunity? Because you could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm born and raised in Georgia. So I've always I was a Georgia fan growing up, so obviously a huge SEC fan. I grew up around families and friends who were all maybe not Georgia fans but SEC fans, and there's always talk about the SEC, SEC. One day I want to go play in the SEC, and it's going to happen now. Whether that's next year or in 2 years, whenever we go to the SEC, just knowing that I'm playing in the conference that I dreamed of playing when I was a kid is really special. Just kind of growing up around the SEC made it a dream of mine to play in the SEC, and now that we're going to the SEC in 2024, makes it that much sweeter knowing that I'm going to the conference that I dreamed of playing in when I was a kid.
Awesome, Jackson. Well, we can't wait to watch you on that football field. Thanks so much for doing this. Say hi to your parents and continued success.
Yes, sir. Thank you.